All right, now to some reaction to Biden's decision to step down from the presidential race, making room for Kamala Harris. She is the presumptive frontrunner to become the representative for the Democratic Party in November. So we will welcome in now North Bay Representative Jared Huffman. Thank you for joining us here on KRON 4 this afternoon.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So on Friday, you expressed your interest in Biden stepping down from running for re-election. Is this sort of what you were hoping for come Monday?
It is, and I'm so grateful to President Biden for making this courageous and, I believe, patriotic decision. I think it fundamentally changes this presidential race and gives us a chance to re-energize things and go out there and win.
So do you endorse Vice President Kamala Harris for president?
Yeah, I did that a long time ago. I gave a pre-endorsement of Kamala Harris several weeks ago in the event that President Biden stepped aside. I've known her for years. I know that she is the real deal. She is ready to take the case to Donald Trump and these MAGA extreme Republicans and to explain what this terrible Project 2025 agenda is all about. So I am ready for her to be at the top of the ticket and fired up for this election.
So is there anyone else that you think has any sort of chance to also beat Donald Trump then in November? And would you then consider that person to be president, or are you wanting them to become the vice presidential pick?
Well, we've got some interesting options for the running mate position, but no, I'm locked down for Kamala Harris at the top of the ticket, and I think most Democrats are at this point.
So who are your picks for VP?
Yeah, we've got some good ones to choose from. Several really talented governors, some of whom are from strategic states, if you look at the electoral map, which we probably should do. So people like Josh Shapiro in Pennsylvania. But, you know, you've got like Senator Kelly in Arizona, who has a really compelling biography and is a dynamic person in his own right. Gretchen Whitmer in Michigan. There's 4 or 5 super talented next generation leaders, and I think you can't go wrong with any of them.
So we played this story from Pam Moore right before talking to you when Vice President Kamala Harris was elected, and some of the issues that she faced when she was the district attorney in San Francisco. And I think people are expecting some, dirt to be dug up on her as she enters more of a national race here to become the president. How does she sort of fight off these criticisms? And also, do you think San Francisco and the Bay Area will become more in the spotlight now?
Well, the dirt will be dug up or made up, and I would argue probably made up, just given the way the Trump political machine operates. So we can weather this. We know that it's personal attacks and smears and insulting nicknames and childish things like that. But Kamala Harris is a serious person. She's totally vetted. She has been through so many tough elections, including several statewide elections in California, which is a big deal. And then, of course, going on and becoming the vice president, there's a lot of scrutiny that goes along with that. So she's about as tested and vetted as we could imagine at this point to have a switch for the top of the ticket. And I feel very good about that.
Does there need to be some uniting within the Democratic Party now, since there was so much fighting saying Biden is not the guy that we want for a host of different reasons? Is today the day where the Democratic Party starts to come together and gets behind Kamala? There's not really a lot of time for more disagreement between now and the convention.
I think yesterday was the day. Yeah, today's day 2. You saw us break just about every fundraising record that we've had in the last 24 hours, and we're just going to keep going up and up from there. There is a new energy in this campaign. Democrats are united. Yeah, that was difficult. It was emotional. There were passionate opinions about the unfairness for this whole narrative that came to really dog Joe Biden in the polls. But Joe Biden did the right thing, I think, and also did the right thing by endorsing Kamala Harris. And now you just see this great coalescence around her. So this is just onward and upward, I think, for Democrats. And you're going to see great unity from here forward.
Yeah, she raised like $80-something million since this announcement yesterday. Biden endorsing her just 30 minutes after saying he was going to step aside. Finally here, Republicans are arguing that if Biden, doesn't feel like he has the energy to run for re-election, that maybe he doesn't have the stamina to continue being president and he should step aside now. How do you combat that?
It's not a serious argument. I don't think they understand how Project 2025, sorry, how the 25th Amendment works. But look, these were the same folks that for the last 3 weeks were doing everything they could to keep Joe Biden at the top of the ticket. They wanted him there, and now that we've made this switch, they don't like the idea of facing Kamala Harris. And so they want to change the narrative. They want to change the subject. This is all just politics and posturing. I can tell you, I've been in extensive conversations with President Biden in the last 2 weeks. I've never worried about his capacity, cognitive or otherwise, to do the day job. It was really the difficulty of being a winning candidate in this election that forced us into this tougher conversation. So they're two very separate things. He's a good president. He'll continue being a good president. But now this change at the top of the ticket gives us a chance to really reset this election in an exciting way and go win it.
Have you spoken to Kamala Harris?
Not directly, but certainly to folks on her team. She doesn't need to waste time with me. I'm all in.
North Bay Congressman Jared Huffman, appreciate you joining us this afternoon. Hope you'll join us again soon.
Thanks so much.